Hello everyone and welcome back to the stream. I am Pastor CJ Kent and this is EVE Online, or at least it will be as soon as it loads into the screen here. Sometimes it only takes a couple seconds, sometimes it's like forever. Okay, that one wasn't that bad. But yeah, so we are back. Those of you who were with me yesterday or last night know that we won Winter Nexus. It's done. We got to the end of the reward track and we got our 75 plex that was sitting there. We'd already gotten the 25 in an earlier stream. But I have some, so that's the good news. Unfortunately, there's some bad news to go with it. They changed the sales. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the new Eden store and show you what happened. So basically, if you go to services, this is where you get all of your skill point bundles. You can buy Omega, you can get some bundles that come with Omega and some other stuff, multiple pilot training, all of that stuff is right here. So when Winter Nexus started, these bundles, the bronze starter pack, the gold starter pack, the platinum starter pack, and the silver starter pack were all heavily discounted. The gold pack, or no, the silver pack, the one I was planning on getting, was 300 plex during the sale. And now it has gone back up to 500 plex, so we missed the sale, and this was how I was going to get my 30 days of Omega. So yeah, it looks like it's not happening this time, unfortunately. I can still get the bronze starter pack for 250 plex. It'll give me 14 days of Omega, which would be great because then I can claim all of the Omega rewards from the Winter Nexus like login reward track and from opportunities and all of that stuff. So I think I'm going to do that, but when I was looking at the math, it makes the most sense to do it tomorrow so that in January I'll still have it for at least the 12 days so I can do my dailies and still keep claiming the Omega rewards from those as well. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll get this tomorrow. We'll have 14 days of Omega. It's not 30, but we will keep saving up plex and working our way towards the coveted 1 month subscription, which is discounted right now, but it's only 15% discount, which I don't know. It doesn't seem like that good a discount to me personally. And ISK-wise, it's still a little bit out of reach. Now, if I had 747 ISK, I could do that. And that would work. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have 747 ISK, and I'm not going to say that we can't beat our previous exploration record tonight, but I don't think we're going to beat it by that much. It's currently like 243 if you count the event exploration in there, or like 213 or 216, something like that, if you don't want to count the event one. So yeah, I think I mean, we have 376 million, so it would get us close, but yeah, basically like we'd need 2 record-breaking nights of exploration to pull that off, and I don't see that happening. So we will settle for the 14 days. That will get us moving in the right direction, and we'll be able to train up a lot of the Omega skills and stuff. I have been saving up skill points for this time. We have 220,000 unallocated skill points right now, which I know once you start talking like level 5 skills is not going to get you very far, but yeah, I think that'll help us really jumpstart a lot of the Omega trainings that we're wanting to do while we have it. And then obviously we unlock a whole bunch from the daily logins and from the opportunity stuff. So I think that'll put us close to like 600,000 or 700,000 skill points, something crazy like that. It's a lot. It's a lot. Plus, we keep doing our dailies every day, so there you go. But anyway, so that's the update. Sorry that the 30-day Omega didn't happen. I'm pretty disappointed about it too. Like, I wasn't even 100% sure what I wanted to do with it yet, but I was just excited that I was going to have it. So we'll keep working on it. But for right now, let's undock, let's find ourselves a wormhole, and drown our sorrows in some hacking and analyzing, and some scanning. We'll get some scanning in there too. All right, we've got one signature in system. We actually had that earlier today, so I'm thinking it might be a wormhole, but it might be an old one. So we'll hop into a safe and then we'll scan that down and see what it is. And we're back to not having to be quite so quite so very speed scanny, which is nice. Nevertheless, I think some of what we learned from the event as far as speed scanning is going to help us a touch with just doing stuff a little bit faster on the wormhole exploration, so that's good at least. There we go. Okay, and personal... I was just checking my personal locations, making sure that's all cleared out. Sometimes I forget to do that, so I'll have like old Dead Space areas marked from like missions and stuff, where I was gonna go back and get the loot, the salvage and what have you, but it's a combat site. Well, that sucks. Okay, on to the next system then.
Drive active.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday we or last night I should say, we found a lot of wormholes which we just were not looking for them. So it's one of those things like, why are you here? I don't need you tonight. Come back tomorrow. We'll find one though. I'm pretty confident about that. They spawn relatively frequently in most systems. But not in this one, apparently. So on to the next one, direct. No cosmic signatures here at all. I will say it is nice to be getting back to the normal exploration. I've missed it a little bit. We got the ship refit back to its normal configuration for exploration, though we have the relic scanner, the data scanner, and one scan range finding array. Everything else has been basically the same. And yeah, during our 14 days of Omega, we'll get to pop a covert ops cloak in here, and that'll be great. Always love when we can do that. Nothing but signatures here, so let's jump into our safe and check those out. Alright, probes out. Let the games begin. Alright, so this guy, probably close to that one. Do the 4AU scan. This guy to dot up for us. We are the only people in local, which is awesome. So if we find a wormhole here, no one's going to see us go in. Okay, that's a combat site. Don't care about that. So we'll leave it be. I think we'll actually earn another opportunity reward while we're doing this, because I think I did something besides scanning tonight. Yeah, so once we've scanned down 5 signatures, we'll get an extra 500,000 ISK to play around with, which will be cool, I guess. I feel like there's not a lot you can do with a 500,000 ISK, but that's better than nothing. See what we got. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Doing a bit of wormhole exploration tonight. Another combat site. Okay. Lots of combat sites tonight, I guess. Not sure why. Maybe the game's trying to tell me something. We should stop searching for wormholes and run combat sites all night. Not gonna do that. Definitely not gonna do that. Alright, what do we got? Another combat site. Okay. Cool, I guess. That's so bizarre. 3 signatures here and all combat sites. Nothing else. Very interesting. Don't you fear, we will find our way into J-Space one way or another. Alright, next up, over here.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird scanning things down and not having them disappear while I'm scanning them. Not that it can't happen, but it should happen significantly less frequently doing this than it was happening with the event data sites. And those things just disappeared right out from under you. It is pretty crazy. Alright, looks like we have 2 signatures. So let's safe up and see what those are about. Obviously, we can set up the scans while we're warping. Combat site. Is it seriously just going to be combat sites all freaking night? My goodness gracious. We get it. You like combat sites. Alright, hopefully this is something, you know, not combat site oriented. And it's a combat site. You gotta be kidding me. Like, really?
Warp drive active.
Where are the wormholes? Where have all the wormholes gone? Alright, what's next? This one.
Warp drive active.
Alright, come on now. Give me something good here. Alright, 2 signatures in this system. Go ahead and see what those are.
Warp drive active.
Hopefully something a right lot better than what we found thus far. Yeah, because we're still only a couple jumps away from our starting system, so that's not too bad. I was really hoping the signature in our starting system would be a wormhole, but apparently not. So that's a combat site. I guess I shouldn't be surprised at this point. What is this? This makes no sense. Oh my gosh. Well, I just have to laugh at it now. Like, goodness gracious.
Active.
Every signature is a combat site. How is that even possible? Like, what are the odds? What are the odds? Crazy to me. Yeah, I just, dang. Alright, next up.
Warp drive active.
See what this one does for us. I was doing some research earlier today, specifically looking at the Tech 2 hauling ships, because I'm looking at getting a blockade runner to do my PI stuff in when I get it set back up. And I found out that deep space transports have a fleet hangar in which you can store assembled ships. I was like, what? I had no idea. I don't know why I didn't know that, but yeah, I had absolutely no idea that that was even a thing. So that's cool. So if you did want to move a fleet of smaller ship, like a small fleet of smaller ships around, you don't need an Orca. You can use an Impel or other deep space transport, apparently. Because I guess that 50,000 cubic meter fleet hangar. It'll do assembled ships or just like any kind of cargo that you want to do in it. Who knew? The more you know, I guess, right? But I thought that was pretty cool. So like if I wanted to try and find I don't know, like a Empire border where asteroids spawn or something, you've got to be okay. What is with all the combat sites? We might be changing the stream info. Because, like, I don't know if there's anything else to be done. Seems like it's all combat sites. But yeah, if you wanted to, like, hit up one of those where asteroid spawns or something like that, you can take not only a hulling ship, but also your mining ship, and then, like, maybe a scanning ship or something. And still have plenty of cargo room to spare for everything that you collect while you're there. So I thought that was pretty cool. I did not know that was something you could do with the deep space transports, so I might have to get one. Plus the Impel just looks really cool. At least I think so. But I like the Amara ship designs a lot, so maybe that's just like a preference thing for me. Oh my. Hear my wife sneeze out there. I don't know if the microphone caught that, but God bless you. This is ridiculous. How could every signature in every system be combat sites? That's just stupid.
Warp drive active.
All right, who wants to take bets on how long it's going to take to find something that's not a combat site? I honestly can't believe we've only found combat sites so far. Baffling. Absolutely baffling. Alright. Last one in our, what I call the neighborhood.
Active.
See if it's got anything for us. Alright, 2 signatures. Let's see
Warp drive.
see what we got here. Alright, sorry, I just wanted to turn off anomalies there, so once we do find a wormhole, we're not inundated with combat sites and ore sites and stuff that we aren't really worried about. Please let it not be combat sites. At least one of them. Okay, or it's a dot. Alright, there's one more. There's one more to check. I don't even know what to do with that. What are you even supposed to do with that? Okay, that one didn't even scan. Okay. Alright, let's see what we've got here. I mean, no signature detected. Really? Finally. It's not a combat site, and it is a wormhole. And even if it's not an ideal one, I think this is where we're going. The only thing that would make me say no is if it's EOL, which it might be. But we're gonna give it a look-see. Jumping straight to 0. I'm pretty confident we're going into this thing. Alright, what you got for me? Needs in unknown parts of space. Probably won't last another day, but that means it's got at least 4 hours. Stability is still good. And it will accommodate up to large size ships, which is me and some other larger vessels than this one. So yeah, found one. Finally. Into J space we go. Ooh. Class 3 pulsar. Oh my gosh, and look at all the signatures. Holy crap. Nothing on D-scan yet. Let's save our exit. Don't want to forget to do that. 2 days, that's good. Still nothing on the D-scan, so let's get a safe setup. Oh, I'm so happy we found a wormhole. I was beginning to wonder. Wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but here we are. Okay, so let's whoop over to the safe now. Edit our info while we fly. Alright. There we go. Now let's get the probes out. And we're gonna start on this planet out here. Like a ice planet, maybe? Or an ocean? I think ice. And let's do our 4AU scan. Info. Ice. Nice. It's on the edge of the system, so it kind of makes sense. It's way out from the sun. Okay. Gas site. Couple gas sites, a data site, and a relic site. Let's start with the relic site. As they tend to be a little bit more lucrative, so that seems to be the place to go first. This is just a little bit off the beaten path, so we're probably not going to bother scanning down the gas sites. Alright, let's get in there.
Warp drive active.
And we'll pull in our probes while we do that. Add location. Okay, cool. Perch works. Yeah, it's been a minute since I made one of those. Alright, and off to the first can.
Warp drive active.
Right. Let's grab that. This doesn't really matter which way we go. Of course. Perfect. Nothing. Oh, what a... That sucks.
Active.
First cannon, our first sight back from doing Winter Nexus exploration stuff, and it's not going to give us anything? Man, that's brutal.
Active.
Alright. Statistically, the next one's got to be better, right? At least you'd hope so. We'll take that. And that. Okay. I'll somehow want two away from everything. There we go. That's better. Off to the perch.
Drive active. Warp drive active.
I didn't even realize it's an angel site. That's great. I've usually found them to be pretty good for the payouts. Oh, that sucked. Really? Okay. That was unexpected. Hey, look at that. Some
Warp drive active.
materials for the skin R stuff. I know not everyone's into it. I've gathered up a bunch of stuff for it. I haven't done much with it yet, but it is cool to find it floating around every now and again.
Warp drive active.
Alright. Okay, that's a good start. That sucks. Okay. Nice. We'll just do that. There we go.
Warp drive active.
Alright, doing good. Thankfully that first can was a little bit of a fluke.
Warp drive active.
Okay, let's take that. And that. Eat these. What we got there?
Warp drive active.
Alright, just one more can in this site, and then it is done. Pretty quick turnaround, I'd say.
Warp drive active.
Alright, last one. What you got for me? Okay, that's a good start. I always like when they start like that. It does help. Okay. It wouldn't be here. Maybe here? Alright. Not so. You're really? Two in one site with nothing in them.
Warp drive active.
Alright, well. Can't win them all, I guess. But that one's done, so. On to the next site, which will probably be our data site over here. Alright. Cool. That can go away, that can go away, and let's warp into here.
Warp drive active.
Alright, see if we can get this perch to set correctly. Last one worked great. Okay.
Warp drive
Good.
active.
Let's get rid of this one. I forgot to do that. Forgot to delete my last perch, so that's not ideal, but we figured out which was which, and now we are good to go. Get into this first can.
Warp
See what we've got.
active.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've done the normal exploration, so I gotta get used to the rhythms again. Setting up perches, deleting perches after I'm done with them. Okay, well that's not where the good thing was, clearly. Okay, well, I guess we know that there's something here. Question's where. Got it. Got not much. Man, what? Did they reduce the payouts for these or something? I feel like we're getting kind of gypped on the loot tonight.
Warp drive active.
All right. Take that. Oh, I can't go that way. Now I can go that way. Got it. What is with these payouts? They're terrible.
Warp drive active.
Ay, caramba.
Warp drive active.
If this one's any better, hopefully. It is. Now this is the comm tower, so I'm not expecting much from this one, truthfully. Cool. It's pretty easy, at least. This has had more than the mainframes. That's crazy. Okay.
Warp drive active.
Alright, we've got 2 cans left in this site. Let's 2 two loot cans, not two birds known as toucans, or any number of birds known as toucans.
Warp drive active.
So for anyone who is confused out there, hope that cleared that up. Okay. Yeah, we will go ahead and use that right now. Cool. I take data chip. We'll take that.
Warp drive active.
Need a lot more of those, actually. And all the time I've been exploring, I still do not have enough data chips and scanners and like high-tech tools to make even a ligature integrated analyzer, let alone one of the Zoigmas,
Warp drive active.
which is insane. Like, it takes forever to get the materials for those, apparently. Which is kind of disappointing because, like, I was super excited when I actually got the blueprints for them. And then to realize you basically have to pay the whole cost anyway to get the materials. Well, I guess we're not going that way. Or that way. Are there any good things on this track, or is it just barriers? Yeah, I figured as much. And let's try that again. That went very poorly, very fast. So, not there. Got it. So, let's at least do this. What? Okay. What were you referring to? Yeah, it's still not gonna be, no. Okay. Cool. So now I just need something to give me even one more health. Or a shield. That'll do too. Yikes, that one was tough. Okay, there's all the good stuff. Glad we didn't blow that one up. That would have been bad.
Active.
Oh, and that was the last one, actually. So, once we're done warping here, we can go back to our save. And we can get rid of our perch, because we don't need it anymore. And we'll do a bit more scanning and see what the rest of these signatures are. Like I said, we'll just ignore the gas sites, because we're not really looking to do anything with those tonight. Although I guess it's only 2 jumps from a home system, and it would be fun to do some gas mining. Anyway, probes out. This is the first part. Let's actually focus in on this guy. Do our 4 AU scan, see what that gets us. Might hit one, might hit a bunch. My money's on a bunch, but we'll see. Yep, seems to have hit a bunch. Yeah, there's a third gas site in here. Gas mining might be on the agenda for tonight, actually. I think that would be a lot of fun. It's been a hot minute since I've done any kind of gas hopping. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, there's another wormhole, so we can keep going if we want. This is our exit wormhole. I would bet money on it. That's gas sites, and the rest of these are... not dotted, so... let's do a 4AU here. But, like, down. And see what that gets us. Hopefully it'll hit these last two a little bit better than the last scan did. Okay. That's fun. But it did dot these other two, so that's what we needed. Excuse me. Another wormhole. Nice. And so this should be the last thing. We don't really know what it is. And it's another wormhole. Very cool. So this system actually has 4 wormholes, one to high sec, which we came through to get into it, and these 3 other wormholes, which I suppose we'll be taking a look at here shortly. Unless we just want to go get our gas harvester and start doing some gas hopping. At the very least, we should finish scanning down all the gas sites, so it's an option. I got that one. Sizable perimeter reservoir. Or reserve. Reservoir? I think it's reservoir. Yeah, reservoir. Okay, we got that one. Minor perimeter reservoir. Honestly, if there's a sizable, it might be worth going ahead and like grabbing my gas hopper. An ordinary perimeter reservoir. That one we're gonna leave alone. Yeah, no, not touching that one. But the other two, those are options. So let's go ahead and take a look at these wormholes and see where they go and if they're anything interesting.
Warp drive active.
I was pretty much not descanning that whole time, which is a bad habit to get into, so don't do that. Alright, show info. This goes into low security space, which I don't need to go into. So, that one's not of huge interest to me. So, let's check out the second one we discovered.
Warp drive active.
Alright, show info. Now this goes to another unknown parts of space and has the 4 hours on it. So we could go into this one. That's a valid option. And let's check out this last one and see if it's anything of interest or if we should keep going with that second to last one there. Or go home and get the mining ship for gas. So we put the anomalies back in. There is an ore site. This one goes to low security space. So there's one wormhole that we would go through, or we can do some gas mining. Or even regular mining, because there's these, but the gas seems more lucrative. Alright, let's filter the anomalies back out. I say we check out this next wormhole and just see.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, 2 low secs and a high sec, and then one more connection to dayspace. It was so hard to find a wormhole. I think we should keep going just a little bit. That's my feeling on it. We'll double check the info. Yeah, it has the time. Enter the wormhole. The rabbit hole, as it were. Oh, so many signatures. Okay. Yeah, we're staying. Okay, save location. You are oops, 1. Default and 2 days. Cool. And still nothing on the D scan. Let's set up a safe.
Warp drive active.
A lot of signatures out here. I have a feeling a lot of people are. A lot of explorers have moved to like event exploring. So there aren't as many people out in the wormholes right now because of the event. And that just leaves so many signatures for the rest of us. Alright, so let's warp to our safe and we'll rename this
Active.
while we're flying. Alright, so we're in a safe, which is good. Get our probes out. We're going to start nice and close to the center here. I have a feeling we're going to see a bunch of stuff move when we do this scan. Not as many things as I thought. Okay. We have a gas site and a gas site and a dot. Let's go with the dot for now. Yeah, I thought there'd be like half the signatures moving around. But not so, it seems. Relic site. Alright. We'll take that. Let's get in there.
Warp drive active.
Get ready to set up the perch. There we go. No one else in the site, which is good. Always a good thing.
Warp drive active.
And you're alone in the exploration site. I'm actually perched up not too far away, so that'll help with speed a little bit. Alright, here we go. Let's go around that. Okay. There we go. First successful hack, or analysis, I guess. Off to the perch.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
We may still gas mine after this, but yeah, there's good number of signatures in this wormhole, so I guess it just really depends on how deep the rabbit hole goes. Might just be these two, who knows? Not much choice but to go through that, was there? There we go. Got that one.
Warp drive active.
It looks like there's 4 loot cans left.
Warp drive active.
Well, this site is definitely going better than our first relic site tonight, which gave us 2 completely empty cans. And, like, confirmed empty. I hacked them open. Not like I blew them up so they were empty. Because I have run into those before, too. There we go. And back to the perch.
Warp drive active.
Just 3 to go.
Warp drive active.
Hey, so random question for everyone. What do you guys like to have for breakfast? My wife and I are having the hardest time coming up with, like, something, like, reasonably healthy but also tasty to have on a consistent basis that we won't just, like, get tired of in a week or two. So looking for suggestions. What do you guys got for me? Anything? No, I hate these. Okay. So not there, clearly. I mean, literally willing to entertain any suggestions. Because I, for one, am at a loss for what the heck we should have. Okay, not there. Maybe here, but who the heck knows? Felt like that was going to be bad. That's a good one, though. There it is. We should be good. Nice. Alright, back to the perch. Can just go to 0. Don't need to go to 100 on the perch. Alright, what about dinners? I would love to hear what is good and reasonably healthy for dinner also. Because we don't struggle with that one as much, but still kind of a little.
Warp drive active.
And if you don't have any suggestions, that's fine, but... And I'd love some third-party input. We will take that. There we go. Not too bad. Trigger unit. Okay. Took a minute for the picture to load there.
Warp drive.
Wasn't sure if it was gonna. Alright, 1 can left. And then this site is done.
Warp drive active.
Okay, grab that. And that. Cool. Well, that was easy enough. Thought I'd have to go a little further for that one, but guess not. Alright, back to the safe, because that is the end of the cans. Yes.
Active.
We can get rid of our perch also, because that's not needed anymore. Alright, let's scan down some more of these signatures and see what else this wormhole has for us. I guess technically this isn't the wormhole, it's J-space, which we got to through a wormhole. But yeah, there's that semantics, you know. Okay, well, let's try centering up on this one. Or no. This one? No, this one. That's good. For AU, please. Might hit this guy. Not sure. Could hit this guy. And we'll see what it gives us. Okay. Okay, gas sites. Minor perimeter. And okay. Well, let's just center up on it. And scan in its bubble range. I don't know what it wants exactly. Okay, it's another gas site. And this was an unknown. I guess we'll hit this one next. I feel like there's a lot of gas sites out here. Actually, no wormholes so far. Now, this is probably ours. The one we came in through. How crazy it would be if the chain just sort of ends here. Like just two wormholes kind of, or two J-space systems attached to one high-sec entrance, and that's it. No other J-space connected. Now, this might be our exit wormhole, or it might be another one. Given the proximity to our bookmark in both the vertical and horizontal, I would say that's probably our exit wormhole, though. So there is one in here. Weirdly close to our entrance. Okay, let's get that one locked down. Well, no. If it was, this would be right on top of it if that was ours. So that is a new one. Let's focus in on this planet here. Do our 4 AU scan. See about this guy. Okay, relic site. Do you like that? See if it's one that we can actually do anything with. Hopefully it is. You are... Nope, forgotten. So that's not one that we're going to mess around with, unfortunately. I guess let's go here. See about this signature. I think this might be the last one we haven't, like, identified. We have gasite, cosmic signature, but that's our exit wormhole. Wormhole, gasite, this is the one we're scanning, I think. And the relic site. So I will probably go ahead and scan down all of the gas sites while I'm here. Just so when I finish with the first wormhole, I can come into this one and mine up anything in here that I want to do. Ooh, a data site. Because if we're ninja huffing, we're only going to get so much from each of them. And ninja huffing might be all we have time for tonight. Unsecured. Nope. Dang. Alright, let's the rest of these sites here. Well, let's start with the ones that don't have lines, and then maybe in scanning those ones down, it'll fix the lines on some of them. Alright, those should be our probes, so that's fine. Okay, got that locked down. Okay, I want to say that this is the end we should scan on. Could be wrong, but hopefully not. I was wrong. It's the other side. Okay, well, I guess I didn't really remember where I had scanned from originally to get this line, so there's no telling which was which. Okay, got that one locked down. An ordinary perimeter, nice. Don't need that. Alright, hit that with the 4AU. Seems to be what it wants. And then that'll be everything, looks like. Alright, got that locked down. Minor perimeter, nice, nice. Couple miners, and an ordinary, and a baron. Cool. So the only thing left to do is go see what this wormhole has to offer.
Warp drive active.
If anything. Might be a high sec exit, might be low sec exit, could be null sec. or could lead to more J space. I think that covers all the options. What do we got? Null security space. And it's reaching the end of its natural life. So that's a double no from us. We're gonna go get our gas mining ship and ninja huff these non-ordinary perimeter gas sites. So let's go ahead and warp to 0. Yeah, because it's basically the end of this chain, and this was the only wormhole in our local neighborhood. So, like I said, I have not gas huffed for a while. In game, never in real life. And I look forward to doing some more because it's been a minute. Alright, so we're going to leave all of our bookmarks intact because we will need them.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so just a couple super quiet wormholes. I'm very, very happy with these.
Warp drive active.
Right. Onwards and upwards. I'm trying to think if maybe I should bring a combat ship as well. Like, this would be a thing that the deep space transport would be great for, because I could bring a combat ship and my mining ship and have a little bit of cargo space to spare. And it'd be perfect, because I could mine a little bit to trigger the combat part of it, and then go in with the combat ship and clear them out, and then go back and continue mining. Or go in, salvage them, and then go back and continue mining. Because I could bring a salvage ship too. And it's always better if you can do that stuff in one trip. Okay, so let's get docked up. So normally I don't really do the whole loot total thing until the end of the stream, but since we're kind of at the conclusion of our exploration portion, let's go ahead and see what we got from Relic and data sites. And 51,300,000. So it's certainly not record breaking, but we're going to add gas on top of it. So we'll see what we can accomplish with that. That's actually a great thing for Omega. I could get a prospect, which will be an even better gas miner, and one that can cloak, just in case, and do gas mining that way, which would be fantastic. Plus, I can train gas mining up to 5 and get the Tech 2 gas scoops. Alright, so ship hangar, we need... I wish. We need our venture. And we need to quickly refit this. So we're going to pull off the mining lasers and the mining laser upgrade. And we need the modules compartments. A gas cloud scoop, 1 and 2. We need a warp core stabilizer 1. Alright, and that should get us equipped for what is to come. And before we undock, let's double check our inventories, drones. Cool. And let's undock. And we do have the probe scanner already equipped, so that's perfect. That's just a, in case we somehow get stuck in there kind of thing, we can find our way back out without having to ask for bookmarks or anything like that.
Warp drive active.
I want to see this guy's info. Cabildo Cabby, member of Cabco, for 6 years and 11 months. No ill will. Description. The Nakunai. Okay. And just Cabco since the Imperial Academy. Cool.
Warp drive active.
And there are 2 stations here. I think it'll probably depend on which is closer, honestly, as to which one we warp to from the wormhole. Yep, looks like the standard is where we're going to be dropping stuff off as we fill our holds. Gonna go ahead and enter, read the info just in case again. Yeah, it's still got the time and the stability. Excellent. Okay, so not going to the ordinary perimeter, we're going to start at the sizable. For obvious reasons. Okay, so let's save location. And we're going to approach location. We're going to lock target. And we're going to harvest. We turn on our micro warp drive until we get up in here close. I forget who told me about the bookmark trick, but thank you to whoever that was. Gets you right up into the center of the cloud. Which means if anyone tries to get close to you in a cloak to ship, they will decloak because they get too close to the center of the cloud. Which gives you time to try to get away. Which is kind of an awesome little trick. Out of curiosity, does the survey scanner actually pick up gas clones? It does. Okay, and it looks like someone may have been to this one already, because the quantity and volume is pretty low for a sizable reservoir. But it does mean that we might be able to mine out this whole thing without any combat, which is a good thing. And since units and volume are the same, that basically means I can get 50 into here. There we go. They're like literally pointed straight down. That's such a bizarre position. But I'll take it. Good to be mining again, even if it is a gas cloud. Howdy everyone, welcome. We found a wormhole chain, but it was just 2 wormholes really. But we do need thumbnail pictures, so just use some of this. I'm gonna get centered up here. Okay, so if we do print screen, the whole thing here. Alright, so that's on the clipboard. Bring the UI back up. And make sure I don't get ganked. That seems important. That was hour and a half into the stream. Good, 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 good. I wonder how much gas we're going to be able to get before we're done here, because if someone has already been to this and cleared the combat, because there's supposed to be 2 clouds and there's only one, and the one only has 5,000, a little over 5,000 units of gas, we'll probably end up getting all of that, I would imagine. Unless another player ship shows up to disrupt our efforts, but been a pretty quiet night so far. Hopefully that continues. Yeah, like I said, it would be great to get ourselves a prospect once we go Omega. Do this in. That'll help. % bonus to mining and gas cloud scoop yields. Okay, so technically it won't help us mine gas any faster, but it will give us access to a covert opt cloaking device, which would be excellent. I would love to have that while I'm mining, because then although the Prospect is a much more expensive ship than the Venture, how big is the hold on that? That's a question. Let's see here. So the mining hold capacity, 12,500. So there's where it is. You can fit more in the prospect. Plus, once you're Omega, you can do the Tech 2 gas scoops, obviously, which will help you harvest these a lot faster. Yeah, the tech ones are just a touch slow. Even in Adventure, but that's okay. Do these take up turret slots, or are they just... Yes, they take up turret hard points. Okay, so basically any ship that has the turret hard points could equip these and come out here. So like a hauler could come out here with one equipped and harvest gas. It'd just be super duper slow. So maybe not the ideal, but it's an option. Also, gotta love the speed at which the extra ISK accumulates, because like we're already up to like 4.5 million in gas, and we're not even a fifth of the way full. So that's always a plus. But like we said, for exploration, we had about 53-ish million ISK worth of stuff. Estimated value, of course, real market value is probably a little bit less. You know how all that goes, but yeah, and so we're just adding on to that. Which you gotta love that. Gotta love it indeed. So I take it no one had any breakfast suggestions. Since nobody said anything. Which I guess that's okay. What planets do we have? We have a temperate. There's a gas. Plasma. Temperate. Barren. Storm. Lava. Gas. 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 And ice. Dang, there's kind of a lot of planets here. $11. So this might not be a bad place for PI. It does look like everyone has a Poco already. Hidden Valley Ranch dressing. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the corporation name. Gotta love that. There are many types of dressing. By far, ranch is the most delicious. Alright, well, Hidden Valley Ranch dressing. Bravo. Bravo. Yeah, tax rate is 5%. That's not terrible. Are they all Hidden Valley Ranch dressing? Sometimes you see multiple corps having set things up, but it looks like these are all this one corp. They must have been living here when planetary interaction was released as a feature, because they literally set up Pocos on every single planet. Yeah, this is a solid wormhole for PI. Basically has every planet that you would want, at least one of. So the potential to do essentially everything is here. Every planet already has a POCO with a reasonable tax rate. And since you're in a wormhole, the resource density is considerably higher pretty much across the board. So, I mean, there you go. And then clearly it connected to high sec. I don't know if that's a static or if that's just a random connection that happened tonight. That would be something I'd have to research. But yeah, it's basically got what you would want. So, be a good place to set up. Unfortunately, I don't have Omega until tomorrow. And this wormhole is probably going to be gone by then. I suppose all I would really have to do, though... Well, I mean, obviously I'd have to do the research to see if this wormhole is as a static connection to HiSec. No. Looks like it has a low sec static. But no high sec. That's unfortunate. Okay, well. I guess that's a no-go, unfortunately. Unless you're based in low sec, or want to fly through low sec to get to your planetary interaction stuff, which, why would you? So the high sec thing is a random connection today. That's unfortunate. But at least we checked. Tomorrow I think I'll be getting my alt set up for that whole thing, just getting them into a exploration ship and prepped and ready to get into a wormhole if we find one that is suitable. Because once we find one that's suitable, we just need them to go in there, log off in system, so that we can find it again when we're ready for it. But yeah, low sec static is not what we're looking for, unfortunately, so that's a bit of a no-go. Yeah, that's okay, though. Can't win them all. And there's 4,999 other J-space systems out there, at least, so... Or at least a couple thousand. I forget how many systems they said were in the game total, but... I want to say it's like 5,000 total? but it might just be 5,000 J space. I can't remember now. It's a lot. Probably more than most people will have time to thoroughly explore in the time that they play this game. I know when I had my first account, I did not explore the full depth of the game, that is for sure. I had my little corner of high sec, and I just stayed there, and that was it. I didn't go anywhere else. I'm not sure why I did that. Just wanted to be a Care Bear, I guess, but now that I'm out and like doing the wormhole stuff, much better. Much better experience. Alright, so we've got over 10 million in the hold right now. So that'll be a nice little addition to the 50 something we've already got in exploration loot. Yeah, and I haven't seen any ships pop up, so I'm pretty sure someone cleared out the combat encounter for this site already. And I don't know why they left any behind, but I'm gonna go ahead and scoop it up. Because why the heck not? I love that they're all... Every Poco is done by Hidden Valley dressing. Hidden Valley Ranch dressing, excuse me. Like, who names a corporation Hidden Valley Ranch dressing? I mean, I assume since the Pocos are here that the corporation is still in operation. Does anyone know what happens to a Poco if the corporation that made it goes belly up and like closes? I've always been kind of curious about that. Great way to get residual income though, because it's like you just take the tax cut of any planetary interaction done in this system on any of those planets. And like, it's not a huge cut, but still pretty good. Now, the reason I want to move out into a wormhole for my PI is obviously so I can do some of the higher tier stuff without having exorbitant tax rates levied on the final products. Because then it just sort of becomes not worth it. I have some basic P1 production facilities in HiSec right now, which I'll end up taking down in order to do the wormhole ones, but like I could process those things up into higher tier products, but it just, with the tax rates being what they are, they're like seriously between 20 and 30% for the tax rate in HiSec. It's crazy. So like they can just take a third of the value of your products in taxes. It's like, why? That's so crazy. And then obviously with the density, the resource density being higher out in like wormholes and null and low sec, it just makes more sense to, well, you can do the same amount with fewer extractors, or you can do more with the same amount of extractors. So if you're not overly risk averse, it's something to check out. But yeah, setting it up in a wormhole, there's definitely a system that goes with that. So I'm working on setting up the pieces for said system now. And we're getting there. We're getting there. I need to get a decent exploration ship for my alt. I set it up so that I could have it training, since my main is at the alpha training cap. So at least someone gets benefit from that training time. But aside from setting it up and putting it on a skill plan track to get it ready to do scanning and stuff, I literally have not like given it any love at all. So I need to do that. I don't think I'll play through the career missions or anything. I'll just send over some money so they can get a ship and what have you. Or I suppose I could just get the ship fitted up and then contract it over to the alt. And they can just go pick it up. I might end up doing that. Alright, 12.5 million. Nice. That's for about half. So we're looking at about 25 million for a full load. That's pretty good, actually. And so what will happen is I'll go drop that off at the space station, come back, finish off this site so that it's like done. And then we'll go to the miner perimeter reservoir and start mining over there. Now that one may not have had its combat triggered yet. So if NPC ships show up, we'll warp out and head to the next wormhole where there's 2 or 3 more gas sites that we can just ninja huff. Get as much gas out of them as we can, and then if we have time and we want to, we can come back with a combat ship, probably my cruiser, and take out the ships at all of those sites and then continue to harvest them. Although I'll probably just do one, because I doubt we would have time to do multiple whole sites before we end the stream tonight. But we can then put the rewards we get from looting the combat ships into the total value earned in the evening as well. So that would be good, because their loot can be decently valuable. So I said earlier I was looking at the hauling ships today, like the Tech 2 stuff, and I noticed, it's something I've noticed before, it has the bonus to like preventing jump fatigue or some such thing. What the heck is jump fatigue? Like, I've always sort of ignored the bonus because I'm like, what is this? I guess I haven't noticed ships have any issues with jumping from gate to gate to gate without stopping or anything, so what is it? Like, why is it a bonus on the haulers, and like, how does it even work? I'm just curious if anyone knows, has looked into it. Actually, also, if anyone knows the difference between drone max velocity and drone micro warp drive speed, that would be a good one to know too, because a lot of the drone ships have a bonus to one or the other. And I don't know if it's just like two different mechanics that end up functionally changing the same stat, or if they're just like two completely separate things. But I'd be curious to know. Because I use drones kind of a lot. Yeah, a lot of times for mining ships, they're the only combat capability you're going to have. Because your other slots are... You either don't have any, like if you're in a mining barge, or your other slots are occupied by mining lasers or gas scoops or whatever. So drones are kind of all you've got. And then all of my combat ships are drone ships. So, just, I love the drones. I'd like to know as much about them as I possibly can. So yeah, just generally curious how those two things are different, or if they're even different. I don't know. Alright, up to 15 million. Nice. I guess just in case I should have the thing targeted here. I just had my mouse kind of floating around the center of the screen. I'm like, I guess if a player shows up and wants to harass me, I should be ready to exit. Yeah, I'm pretty confident someone came and hit this site before we got here. Like I said, there was a whole cloud missing, so they got a lot of it. But they left a whole venture load plus a little behind for us, so thanks, person who came and cleared the combat so that we can just sit here and take what's left of the gas. Appreciate it. Yeah, honestly, I'd anticipated just huffing these sites, like the ninja huffing thing. I wasn't planning on being in any of them super long, but if the combat's already cleared out, then it seems kind of pointless to leave. We don't need to. Just take this site for all it's worth. We're getting quite a bit of it too. Check the survey scanner here. Yeah, there's only about 3,000 left. Okay, so there'll be close to 1,000 left over, actually, it looks like. It's actually a pretty good amount still. But yeah, I was willing to follow the rabbit hole wherever it went, but it ended after the 2 systems, so just make as much use of those 2 systems as we possibly can. And honestly, it's nice to just kind of sit, relax a little bit, do a little bit of mining. One of the things I love about the game, I know traditional mining is not the most profitable, but it feeds into the industry stuff, which I like to do a lot too. And it's really cool to like build something, especially something big, when you are the one who actually mined all the materials for it. My cruiser is actually a good example of that. Just the hull, not the modules, but oh. Well, hello there, Smoke and Dank 5280. Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate that. 68, dang. That's quite a few of you. How's it going tonight? Hopefully everyone is doing good. Yeah, just did some wormhole diving, got a chain of, I'll call it a chain, but it was just 2 systems. And that was it, so we're just making full use of those 2 systems. Already did the exploration sites, and now we're hitting the whatever gas sites that we can hit. Nice. Oh, and thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, so if you hear anyone talking about, like, any of the wormhole stuff, that's basically all we're doing. Going into wormholes and pulling out as much loot as we can. But it's very cool that you're kind of new to it, and I'm glad you're having a good time with it. It's a great game. Especially for its age. It's like from 2003, I guess, is when it started. Which is insane. But yeah, I'm a returning player. I came back to the game like, I want to say, we'll just say a few months ago. 'Cause I can't remember exactly how long ago, but Yeah, definitely making more of a run at it this time than I did the first time. But definitely having a blast myself too. Yeah, you just gotta find your niche, you know? Sounds good, sir. Have a good night, and thanks again for the follow and the raid. Alright, now that there's a few of you here, the question I was asking in the stream a little bit earlier, just to get some ideas for my wife and I, because we struggle with this. What do you guys like to do for breakfast? We're trying to do something healthy, but like something we can eat over and over again, and something that is actually tasty. Like for a while we were doing cottage cheese and buttered toast, and recently we've been doing sunflower seed butter. It's like a peanut butter alternative on toast with honey and granola and bananas. And both of those have been good, but like we'd love to inject some variety into the breakfast. So any ideas? Yeah, definitely no eggs. We sort of did eggs to death a while ago, and they just have not come back into the desirable state yet. Unless they're like slathered in gravy, which is probably not the healthy alternative we're looking for, but I'll take any ideas right now. Man, I shouldn't have mentioned gravy, because now I want to go to First Watch. We had one open like right across the street a couple days ago, and get their biscuits and gravy breakfast. And it comes with like eggs and breakfast potatoes. And I'll butter the biscuits and eat them separately, and then mix the gravy with the eggs and the potatoes, and it's so good. Oh, now I'm hungry. It's not the time to be thinking about breakfast food. That sounds really good, though. But yeah, so we're trying to figure out exactly what to do for that. Dinner ideas are actually also welcome, because we've tried a few different things, and we've had some hits, and we've had kind of a lot of misses. Just part of the experimentation process, but if you guys have any good suggestions for dinners also, that would be fantastic. And then, yeah, we also have a fundraiser going on for Answers in Genesis. If you haven't heard of them, they're a Christian organization that's using scientific evidence to actually prove and validate the historical accounts in the Bible rather than disprove them. Really cool group. I've known about them for a long time, followed them for a long time, even volunteered at some of their facilities before they were open. And yeah, great group, good thing to donate to if you have the means. If not, prayer is always welcome, obviously. And yeah, just any support you can throw their way is an awesome thing. Like I said, no means, no problem. Obviously, not a big deal at all. Honestly, prayer goes a lot longer way than financial support does anyway, so that might be the way to go. yeah, other than that, I'm just trying to finish off this gas cloud. This load isn't going to quite do it. There'll be a little bit left, so we'll have to come back for that, and then we'll be on to the next one. Someone already cleared out the combat site in this, or the combat encounter, so it's just kind of free game as long as no one tries to sneak up on me, because we are in J space. So someone can gank me at any moment if they can catch me, and that's the trick. I will say, so far in my exploration career, and I know I'm tempting fate when I say this, but I have not been got yet. I've had a couple close encounters, some interdiction bubbles, and that I managed to like slip through at the very last second, and some low keys and stuff sneaking up, all cloaky style, trying to hit me while I was at relic sites and data sites and stuff. But yeah, so far I've managed to slip away, thankfully. So definitely on a bit of a streak and hoping to not have it broken. But if I did, the Venture is a pretty cheap ship, so it wouldn't be like a huge loss. Just a blow to the pride and the morale a little bit. But yeah, honestly, like, I was really nervous to move into operating in J space, even just like doing dives. But if you're smart about it, it doesn't feel like it's all that dangerous. Like, you keep the D-scan going, you watch your overview. If anything gets close, if you see combat probes, or if anything shows up on grid, you just book it out of there. And that's that. I do have the ship set up so that it is a very fast align, which is a big part of it. It's sub 4 seconds. So 4 seconds is still kind of a long time when you're talking about someone trying to gank you. But yeah, like I said, the Venture's not too expensive a ship, so 4 seconds has been good enough so far. Usually if I see someone on D-scan and like I can tell that they're pretty consistently there, it's a good bet that they're on their way to me, and I'll usually leave before they're even on grid. So far I haven't seen anyone in this wormhole tonight. Which is good. That's the way I like it. We did do exploring before this and picked up about 53 million ISK estimated value worth of stuff from the Relic and data sites that we were able to scan down. So we already took that back to base. That's nice and secure. And now we have just a little bit over 25 million in fluorite gas in this load. And like I said, there's more to get before the night is over. So with any luck, we'll break about 100 million ISK value in our efforts tonight. I've definitely had nights where I've done better, but it's few and far between. So my current record is 81 million ISK per hour. But it was pretty circumstantial. There was I was doing event data sites for Winter Nexus, and for whatever reason I was able to get a lot of them. And obviously the rewards we unlocked as we earned points for the event also counted as part of our loot for the evening. So yeah, it ended up being like 243 million ISK in value, everything that we ended up with. So quite a bit. quite a bit. And obviously, it wasn't the night that I unlocked the first Plex reward, so I didn't count. Like, that total doesn't include Plex, because that seems like it'd be a little unfair. Because the Plex is like 6 million something per Plex right now. So 25 of them is like 150 million-ish. Very, very rough estimate. But like 150 million-ish by itself. So yeah, that would be huge profits. Although I guess if I wanted to, my last exploration stream last night doing Winter Nexus, I've actually finished the reward track. I could include the 75 plex that I got as a reward for that, which would just put it way over the top. That'd be, what, 450 million ISK? Not counting anything else I got, which I think I had like 100-ish million ISK and other stuff. So yeah, that would be very clickbaity, so I wasn't about to do that, but I could technically say that the record is now like 550 million ISK. Somehow I don't feel like that counts. Yeah, almost there. And we already moved some of the gas into our normal cargo bay, so that is full up already and ready to go. And close this. I'm curious about how much is left, though. Alright, about 1,160 currently, and that's before our scoops finish this cycle. But we'll get ready to head for the exit. We'll drop off this load, come back, finish this site off, and then head on to the next one. Now, this one's a sizable perimeter reservoir. The next one's just a minor perimeter reservoir, nothing super fancy. But yeah, all the fullerite gas is valuable, so no problems there. I got about 90 cubic meters left, so after this cycle finishes, we should be heading to the station to drop this off. And value-wise, it's actually a lot better than we even thought. It's probably going to be about 28 million. Which is pretty darn good. Almost there. Alright, off we go.
Warp drive active.
Yep, filled our little venture as much as we possibly could with fullerite gas. Go drop it at the absolute closest space station and then get right back to it.
Warp drive active.
A Cartham Conglomerate Warehouse. Warehouse seems like a good place to drop a bunch of cargo. Oh my. Red and gold.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Iron Man style. Gotta love that. I had no idea the Cartham Conglomerate was a red and gold thing. Alright, and back out. Yeah, the thing with mining that takes the most time is these drop-off trips.
Active.
So the faster that you can finish those off and get back to it, the more money you make with it. Or if you have a buddy with a hauler and you can eliminate those trips altogether, that's obviously the ideal. Just let them run back and forth for you. Or, you know, if you have a porpoise or an orca or something, not only boosting your rates by giving you a place to drop your cargo and allowing you to compress it also, that's a huge one.
Warp drive.
Yeah, that's a big advantage. That compression, man, it's so good. It's so good. Like, a venture with only the 5,000 cubic meters of space can just sit there and mine forever. Absolutely wild. Got locked targets. Or no, sorry. Nope. Approach location. Alright, before we get any of it, how much is left? Looks like 950. Alright, so we should have that pretty quickly here. Now, when I warped in, it looked like there was a second cloud here. Right? But when I'm on the mining thing, there's only the one cloud, so... And that should be able to see both of them, even if the one's, like, super far away. If it's on grid, it should be in that list, so... Yeah, I think that this is it. Once we mine up this 950, this site will be kaput. And we can be on to the next one. I'm actually kind of surprised that more sites haven't spawned in this wormhole while we've been mining. Usually you'll see like a couple new sites like combat or data or gas or whatever. Just new signatures pop up. But yeah, not tonight. Definitely interesting. And we do have probes on board, so we could scan down new signatures if they popped up. Not that we need to. But it's an option. We could, if we wanted. So is anyone taking advantage of the Omega deals in the New Eden store? there was one that I was hoping to do, and I ended up missing it. It was one of the silver starter bundle or whatever. And they had it discounted to 300 plex for like a little bit, like maybe a week. And I had 210 plex and not enough ISK to buy the other 90. So I was going to earn it with the Winter Nexus stuff, which I just finished last night. And of course that sale's over now. So it didn't help me at all. But what are you going to do? So now my plan is to go ahead and get the bronze bundle, which will give me 14 days of Omega. Obviously is not as good. And that one was like 150 during the sale, so paying 250 for it's kind of a kick in the pants, but that's okay. And like I could try to save up to the 425 or 415 or whatever the 30-day Omega subscription is, but it's like 747 million ISK to get the last bit of plex that I need to get that, and I do not have that much ISK, and I question my ability to get that much ISK before the sale ends. So yeah, I think the 14 days will do us fine for now, and we'll save up and keep buying plex until we have enough to get our 30 days eventually. Been kind of a goal since I started this account to save up the money to get a full month of Omega to kind of like get started on that track. And so far I've had a 14-day, or no, a 15-day, because I had someone use my link and buy a subscription. Then I had the 7-day trial that they did a little while ago. And it was like 10 plex to get 7 days of Omega, so I was like, yeah, I'll definitely do that. And then this will be the first one that I've bought for like full price, I guess. But it'll be a 14-day. So I guess in total we're past the 30-day threshold, but I'd like to get a 30-day chunk altogether. Just opens up a lot of other stuff. Planetary interaction is a big one that I want to do more with. The T2 transport ships are awesome. Obviously I enjoy mining, not necessarily for profit, just for fun, and for like supplying the materials for industry and stuff. So that's, yeah, the mining ships that you can get with Omega are like so much better than what you can get without it. But yeah, it'll be good to have even 14 days to kind of like get some of that stuff going. Oops, didn't mean to click that. And then I've actually been saving up skill points, the unallocated skill points from daily rewards and like the login stuff, so that once I hit that 14 days of Omega, I can dump a whole bunch of skill points into skills that I can't train as an alpha, and like get a jump start on all of the Omega stuff like right away. So yeah, that's kind of the loose plan. Long term, I'd like to get into an Armageddon and do L4 missions. But yeah, I'm flying a cruiser right now, so that's a little ways off. I've got some battle cruiser training to do, and Gotta do some training for some new weapon systems so I can actually make reasonable use of all of that. Because like to just get into the ship and like be able to pilot it, I'm not that far away. I need 3 levels of battle cruiser and 1 level of battleship. Actually, no. I actually have the skills I need to sit in the ship and undock it right now. Because I actually have an apocalypse that I turned into a mining ship to get around some of the alpha mining ship restrictions. So yeah, I technically have the skills to pilot the battleship right now, but obviously I want to do more than pilot it. I'd like to actually like use it well. That's going to take a little bit more training for some of the bigger, heftier weapon systems and defenses and such. But yeah, as far as light missiles, like, good to go. But yeah, heavy missiles and all of that would be probably a better choice for a battleship, I think. Okay, so we should be almost done with the site. Actually, this cycle should finish it off. Alright, so let's head to the minor perimeter reservoir. And we'll watch the sizable perimeter one drop off of there. Remove this location because that one's empty. Yep, see it dropped off. Okay, green cloud. Nice. Okay, so we have C-72 and C-70. Of course, it's not going to show any market orders while we're out here. Let's go for the 72 because we're right here. We want to save location. And we're going to approach the center. Going to lock that. And start harvesting. Now it kind of looks like this one has not been triggered. Because both clouds are still here. Yeah, and it's definitely a untouched volume quantity mix there. So we'll get as much as we can from this one. And then we'll move on to the other wormhole and see about some of its sites. Because the only other site in here is an ordinary perimeter reservoir. And, well, if you don't know about wormholes, I'll just go ahead and tell you the ordinary perimeter reservoirs have sentry turrets that can shoot you from very far away, like 100 kilometers easy is in their range. I warped into one just at 100 kilometers before in a Magnate just to see like what the range on the turrets was, and it brought me down to like 5% hull in one shot. And thankfully I was like already warping my way out when that happened. So yeah, they're nasty little sites if you're not prepared to face what is in them. Now, if you have a combat ship and you come in and you clear out those turrets, that's basically the combat encounter done. So like it's free for all for you. So could be worth doing. Like the value is there, but yeah, you just gotta clear it out first. I think it's only about 15-ish minutes before the NPCs spawn. So we'll see how much we can get before they show up. But once they do, we'll be on our way out. So, what do you guys like to do in Eve? Like, what's your favorite thing in the game? Do you do wormholes? Do you do faction warfare? Do you do gate camps? I've definitely talked to several pirates on here, so no judgments. Maybe you do mining, maybe you do hauling. Actually, I have a lot of fun doing the hauling. I know it's just jumping from system to system, but it's enjoyable. Do market stuff. I've talked to market people. A lot of different stuff to get up to on Eve. So yeah, what do you like to do in here? I am curious. Everybody's shy tonight. That's okay. Getting towards the end of the week, I know most people just want to lurk and relax, and that is a-okay. 100% fine. I definitely do that a bit myself, so no judgments. Or maybe you're just here for the drops. I know they've got a drop campaign going on right now. I have not gotten in on that myself as of yet, but I should do that. Well, so far so good on the combat front. Haven't been here all that long yet, though. Yeah, I figured we would trigger that. Let's go ahead and click that super fast. Okay. And I have so many Evermarks, it's kind of ridiculous. I literally don't use them for anything. I know they're for like putting corporation logos and stuff on your ships. Do you guys ever use any of them, or are you like me and you just have a bunch saved up that you will probably never end up using? It's a cool feature. I really actually like it. It's definitely something I would do if my corporation was like doing a lot of that. But I don't know if they're doing much of that. Okay, we must be right on the center. those ships don't come soon, we might not even have to move before the stream ends. Might just finish off our cargo here, hold here, and go home. And I'm sure some of my the more astute viewers out there have noticed we've got the 2 Hobgoblin 1s in the drone bay. I have Tech 2s that I could put in there, but really they're just to clear out like belt rats in high sec whenever I do high sec mining in this. So I don't really need anything better than the Tech 1s in this particular ship. Like, if I get faced with a serious threat, I'm just gonna run. So, like, if sleepers warp in, I'm definitely out. Basically, any wormhole threat, I'm running from, and obviously any kind of PvP challenge, I'm running from that. This ship is not set up for PvP at all, and it would just be mostly dead weight in a PvP confrontation. So yeah, it's not a launch my drones and take them on kind of thing. It's very much just run away kind of thing. Which is actually what the ship is designed to do, so. Alright, now I'm starting to wonder if someone came through this site and cleared out the combat encounter here, too. Because, like, we've just been sitting here for a while, and, yeah, no NPC ships have spawned. I'm not mad about. Just makes me wonder. Like, if someone came through, it's possible that they scanned down everything, triggered the combat and all the combat sites, but then just left the other stuff because all they're interested in is the combat. I've heard of people doing that. Obviously someone mined some of the gas from the last site, but it doesn't look like this one was touched at all. We are about halfway full up on this load. Yeah, it doesn't look like the value of the green gas is quite as high as that of the fluorite C50. But still pretty valuable. Definitely less lucrative things I could be doing. All right, and just about 13 minutes left of our stream. Don't know if we're going to be able to get a full load before we hit that mark, but we are going to try. We had about 53 million in the actual exploration loot and about 28 million-ish in the last load of gas. Puts us at like 81 million. If we can get up to 19 million at least, we'll break 100 million ISK for the night, and that will be pretty solid, I'd say. That's usually like my mark for a decent night. About 100 million ISK. Sometimes we don't hit it. But we usually get pretty close. I remember the first time I broke like 30 million doing exploration. I was like so stoked. Like, man, what a great night. Did so good. No, not even close. Once you kind of get a feel for it, you generally do a little bit better than that. But yeah, so my actual record for exploration loot value that was not tied to an event. So no reward track rewards or anything like that would be 216 million ISK. That was a good night. I literally like ran out of room in my... I carry a small standard container in my exploration ship just to get that little bit of extra space, like 20 extra cubic meters. Alright, looks like someone might be coming over this direction. I see their probes on screen. But I don't see them. Means they probably haven't seen me yet. And it could be any kind of ship, honestly. Since it's 4 probes, it's probably an exploration ship of some kind. And their sister's probes, so probably an experienced explorer. But you never know. I mean, the stream was coming to an end anyway, so like this isn't the worst timing in the world. But yeah, until I actually see them either on D-scan or on grid, I think we'll just stick around and keep doing what we're doing. Even if they do see me on D-scan, they're gonna know, like, they're gonna assume that Adventure is not really any threat. Okay, probes are gone. And some people have suggested in the past that they could be scouts for, like, hunters, but I don't know how often that happens. Plus, you kind of want combat scanner probes if you're going to do that. 8 minutes left in the stream. We're almost there. I don't see the probes anymore. I mean, I assume once they figured out it was a gas site, they're like, no, I'm not looking for that. And they kind of moved on. Because that's what explorers normally do. I haven't actually seen the ship on D-scan at all. So... yeah, it's either a covert ops capable ship of some kind, which would not show up on D-scan. Or they haven't been in my D-scan range since they came in, which is also possible. I think this particular gas site was actually out on the perimeter of the system, so it's very likely that they are checking out stuff elsewhere. Got about 7 minutes left of our stream, but I'm really tempted to stick around and at least fill up the cargo hold. So we could run it a little bit long. We can get that ISK value in. What do you guys think? Should we stick it out? Finish filling this thing up? Froze there for a second. Don't love that. We're close to 15 million ISK. Estimated value in the hold. Like I said, if we can get to 19, we'll be in a pretty good spot, and if we can fill up the cargo hold completely, that would be very good. Always good when we can come back full. Good when we can come back. Very good when we can come back full. Yeah, so the prospect could technically stay out here quite a bit longer. Which is a big advantage. And like on its own, it doesn't do anything faster or get any like extra yields per cycle, but if you're flying that, then you have to be Omega or have an expert system. But you can get gas scoops or gas harvesting up to 5, so you can use the Tech 2 harvesters. And then you are getting more yield per cycle. Which is the way to do it. Well, that's interesting. Gotta love when it just randomly puts your ship straight up and down. For no apparent reason. Okay, we're up to 16 million. Not too shabby. Couple more minutes to get the 3 million extra that we're looking for. Honestly, the 19 million will probably be pretty close to a full load anyway. Oh, I hadn't moved any over yet. Let's fix that. Now that's almost 300,000. Yeah, not really worth calculating in, honestly. So I wonder in the hold how it goes about separating the different gases. What if it's got like internal shields it uses to divide up the bay? One of those things you just sort of think about, you know? Alright, so for everyone that is new to the channel, we will actually be streaming again this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think we are actually going to be doing Space Engineers. So it'll be my first stream of Space Engineers ever. I've been playing just on my own for a couple weeks now, and like kind of have a feel for how everything works. Obviously, I've watched tutorials to just be able to survive even a little bit, because it's got a lot of complexities. And yeah, I've been having a really good time with it, and I really want to do it on stream. So I think this Sunday is the day. Obviously, it's not reflected in my schedule on Twitch just yet. That's something I need to fix. But yeah, I think that's the plan. So if you would like to check out Space Engineers, if you are an avid player of it or just curious what it's about, definitely come back on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and show you what's up. We'll be starting a brand new survival scenario, so you won't have missed anything. You'll get to watch me drop pod in and try to survive whatever circumstances I happen to land in. Hopefully not too terrible of circumstances, but we'll see. And then yeah, next week, so normally Wednesday and Thursday nights at 7 p.m. again Eastern Standard Time. I will usually do EVE Online. With this coming week being Christmas, I don't know if I'll be doing the Wednesday stream. I might, or I might not. I haven't decided yet. So once that decision is officially made, I'll update the calendar to show whether that stream is canceled or not. And I'll try to make sure I do it in a couple days in advance at least, just to be sure you guys know what all is going on. But for right now, probably still doing it. So yeah, if you are looking for something to do Christmas night, then yeah, stop by, check it out. Okay, we are a few minutes over our normal stopping point for the stream, but like I said, I want to try to fill this cargo hold. We are actually almost getting about 100 or 200,000 per cycle in estimated value, and we are almost to the 19 million we were looking for, and actually almost full up in the mining hold anyway. So I think we can hold out a couple extra minutes and like get this. At least make sure we come home with a grand total of 100 million ISK across all the different things that we acquired throughout the day or the evening, and call it a successful night. Yeah, so clearly someone has already done the combat encounter in this site as well. It's very possible someone came through, just did all the combat because that's all they care about, looted and salvaged the wrecks, and then moved on with their day. But okay, and with the 300k or 300,000 we have in the main cargo hold, we're technically past our 19 million goal. So yeah, good on us. We've got about 1,000 cubic meters to fill yet, and then we will head out and call this one done and dusted. Also, if we encounter any resistance, either NPC or player, we will go ahead and skedaddle, since we have basically hit our threshold for the evening. Yeah, now officially in that cargo hold, 19.1 million ISK estimated price for what we have. So yeah, successful night. Assuming we get this back to the station. That's the other part of it. We have to actually get it home, or it doesn't count. Usually once I have it inside an NPC station, I call that as secure as it's ever going to be. Yeah, but so far so good. 900 cubic meters left to fill. But even that much left in the cloud. I think there should be, because it's had like 6,000 or something when we started. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. I only need about 1,000 volume worth. That'll be about 500 more of the C72. Yeah, someone cleared out the combat in the site, but they didn't actually take any of the gas, it doesn't look like. Kinda weird, but maybe this just wasn't valuable enough for them to bother with. Does happen. Come on, almost there. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Who's excited? I know I am. I've got some editing to do. Try and get the stream from last night and the stream from tonight ready for posting on YouTube and actually get them posted, ideally, so that I don't have to scurry and do it on Monday, which wouldn't really have much opportunity to do it on Monday anyway. So yeah, doing them tomorrow would definitely be the ideal. Then I won't really have any editing or anything to do from this week until Friday. Technically, I could wait all the way till Friday to do any more editing to post stuff. I probably would do it on Thursday, just so I'm not like scrambling on Friday, but yeah, that's the idea. But yeah, I think Sunday stream is going to be a lot of fun. So definitely check that out. I'll probably be doing a test scenario in the meantime, just to like make sure I can do what I'm planning on doing, with a reasonable chance of not failing miserably, but we'll see. I mean, you start with a survival kit, so even if I did die in the beginning from one cause or another, it would just respawn me there and I would keep working. So not like the worst thing, but ideally I would prefer not to do that. Alright, we're almost full up. And value-wise, it looks like we're a little bit lower than what we had from the first load. So this gas definitely isn't quite as valuable, but it's actually close. It's just a few million off. This will probably cap at like 22, 23 million-ish. I'd say probably 23, because we're close to 22 right now. Maybe even 24-ish. And the first load was like 28. And if it had been all this, it'd probably be a little lower than that even, but still decent value, I'd say. Definitely not like unworthy for your time unless you've got a better site sitting around somewhere. I don't know, maybe you came from a C6 and you've got a vital core reservoir sitting there waiting for you, but yeah, I don't have that, so this is what I can get my hands on, and I think good value for time spent. We're almost there. So like 2 or 3 more cycles and we should be full up. Would be my guess. I honestly thought combat ships would spawn in here. I didn't think anyone had cleared this one out yet, so color me surprised. But I'm glad someone cleared it, because that's easy money for us. Well, sometime soon we might have to do take our arbitrator into a wormhole and do some of the combat sites in there. I think that would be fun. It's a pretty solid little ship, honestly. And does really well for its weight class. I've used it for C2 sites before. And yeah, pretty impressive. I haven't used it for any C3s. I think I need a decent battle cruiser before I take on a C3 combat site of any kind. And the prophecy will probably be that battle cruiser, but I'm still working on build ideas for that. Not really sure which direction to take it yet, but we'll get there. We'll definitely get there. And probably follow a similar doctrine to what the arbitrator does right now. Alright, let's get out of here. We are full up. Alright, we can go ahead and get rid of this bookmark. So my account is still alpha, and I am about 2 million skill points past the skill point cap for training on an alpha character. So that is why it is not currently training. But I didn't want to waste the training time, so I actually have an alt that is training in the background. So that's why it has the pause instead of the, like, you can't train anymore symbol. But yeah, that's the reasoning. So Answers in Genesis is a Christian organization that uses scientific evidence to kind of validate and confirm the historical account in the Bible. Very cool organization. I've worked with them as a volunteer before and followed their organization for a long time. Definitely worth checking out, and if it's something you want to support, by all means, if you have the means. And of course, prayer is always appreciated too. So even if you aren't able to support financially or don't want to, prayer is a good choice. Okay, but that's basically what we had planned for the stream today. So thank you everyone for watching. It's been awesome hanging out and just doing a little bit of Wormhole content again after all the Winter Nexus fun over the past few streams. And now I figure let's go ahead and do a raid because there's still quite a few of you around. So let's see who all is on and ready to receive some guests. Okay, so let's keep looking here. Trying to find a good channel here. All right, let's try Papa Chilla. All right, so treat this person good, give them follows if you like their content. Obviously no harassments or anything, you know, the normal etiquette for raids, and have a good time. Good timing. Looks like they had a new ship. Love that.
For the raid, Pastor Ken, thank you. How are you? Infantryman, what's up? Thank you for the raid, my friend. Sorry, I'm under the weather right now. Getting away from the sickness, but thank you so much. That is greatly appreciated.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna keep chatting in his room for a minute or two. But thank you for all for watching, and until I see you next time, fly safe.